Welcome back to Too Long to Read, the European Policy Center's video explainer series on key enlargement issues. In our last episode, we examined the EU's response to the crisis in Serbia. Today, we turn our attention to how the EU can unlock the full potential of gradual integration. As of 2022, this concept is no longer just an idea, it's the official framework of EU enlargement policy. Financially, it's been brought to life through the Reform and Growth Facility, a core element of the EU's new growth plan for the Western Balkans. But politically, there's a crucial piece still missing: gradual institutional participation. In this episode, we'll break down a step-by-step proposal by CEP on how to gradually and in a merit-based manner start involving candidate countries in the EU's work ahead of EU membership. The episode focuses on opening up the EU Council, a key decision-making body with untapped potential for the gradual integration of candidate countries. Since 2021, CEP's stage accession model has prompted a gradual approach to incentives, not just more funding, but also more participation in the work of EU institutions. That means creating a pathway for candidate countries to engage with the EU decision-makers, particularly in the EU Council, a key EU decision-making body. It would incentivize reforms. Tying participation in EU institutions to tangible progress on the rule of law and other core areas creates a powerful incentive that helps unlock political will for reforms. Then, it would build real-time institutional experience. Candidate countries directly engage with how the Council operates, which allows them to strengthen their administrative and institutional capacities. Finally, it would send a message of unity. Early inclusion builds trust, promotes socialization among policymakers, improves coordination between members and candidates, and positions the EU as a stronger geopolitical actor. In short, this isn't just about photo opportunities of another gathering among leaders. It's about preparing countries for membership through real institutional experience for civil servants and diplomats. In April 2025, CEP outlined a step-by-step guidance on how to bring this proposal to life, just as the Council presidency is set to pass from Poland to Denmark and later to Cyprus. The proposal builds on the existing Council's legal framework, drawing insights from the Council's General Secretariat and Council Legal Service, which allows for the occasional presence of third countries in the exchange of views forum, provided there's a presidency proposal and co-reper approval. In such cases, a candidate country may be invited to attend specific meetings for an exchange of opinions on a particular agenda item. Once that item has been discussed, the guest must leave the room, thereby preserving the Council's decision-making autonomy. Based on this, CEP outlines a two-stage pathway for institutional participation. Stage 1 would start once the fundamentals cluster is open. It would allow a candidate to get invited to the Council's working parties, but only in the areas corresponding to the open clusters. The start of Stage 2 would be directly linked to receiving a positive interim benchmark assessment report for the fundamentals cluster. While Stage 1 level of participation at the working party meetings would continue in areas belonging to the open clusters, participation would evolve to include invitation to co-reper and ministerial level meetings in areas covered by closed chapters. In other words, the more progress a candidate makes, the wider and deeper its access becomes. In this way, participation would be both gradual and merit-based, while also giving greater political weight to the opening of a cluster or closing of a chapter. CEP's proposal isn't just conceptual, it's fully implementable. It lays out 6 clear steps how the Council can implement gradual participation right away. 1. The trio presidency, starting with Denmark, should raise the issue informally at the co-reper level. This is intended to familiarize member states with the idea and build political support. 2. With co-repers' preliminary support, the Presidency and the Council's General Secretariat draft guidelines for its implementation. These would define when, how, and under what conditions candidates would be invited. Key points include participation only when specified agenda items are discussed, no voting rights and no presence during the voting process, built-in reversibility without taking any decisions to that end. Past presence doesn't guarantee future access. 3. Co-Reper formally endorses the guidelines. This provides the necessary political backing and encourages consistency across future council configurations. 4. To lend political weight to the proposal in the eyes of candidate countries and ensure predictability of the participation method, the Council should reference the proposal in its enlargement conclusions. 5. With approval in hand, the CITIC presidency should promptly implement the proposal and ensure the Council discussions reflect the agreed guidelines. Countries that have opened the fundamentals cluster, like Albania, would start to be invited to working parties. Those with a positive EBAR and closed chapters, such as Montenegro, would also qualify for co-reper and ministerial participation. 6. Before passing the baton to the next presidency, the outgoing one should review how the practice worked. What went well? Where were the challenges? How can participation be improved? This ensures the model is flexible, responsive, and rooted in political realities. Gradual institutional participation won't solve every enlargement challenge, but it fills a critical gap. It empowers candidates while giving the EU a tool to strengthen the enlargement policy, causing no cost besides coordination burden placed on the presidency. In today's volatile geopolitical landscape, communication and cooperation matter more than ever, and this proposal ensures both. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more and see you in the next Too Long to Read Enlargement Explainer.